All right, welcome back. We're going to divide some polynomial expressions by a monomial. So here we go. First thing, here's your division bar. The rule is you can only do division when you're connected by what operation? That's right, multiplication. So here's our problem. This is subtraction, this is subtraction. It is not multiplication. That is why when we divide a polynomial expression by a monomial, we must rewrite this as separate division problems. So I take my first term divided by 5xy, my middle term divided by 5xy, my last term divided by 5xy. Now you've got a monomial divided by a monomial, and you're ready to rock and roll. So let's do it. 15 divided by 5 is 3. The 3 goes in the numerator. That's where the bigger coefficient is. X squared divided by x, 2 take away 1 is 1. The x would go in the numerator because that's where the bigger amounts were. Y divided by y. Well, that's 1 minus 1, which is 0. We do not write y to the 0. Any base to a 0 exponent is a 1. So y divided by y is 1. But is that 1 necessary? No, because this is 3x times 1, which is just 3x. Okay, let's bring down our minus. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 would go in the numerator, bigger coefficient. X divided by x is 1. Do we need to write that 1? No, because it's connected by multiplication, just so you understand that. Y squared divided by y would be y. Bigger values in the numerator. That's 2 times 1 times y, which is 2y. So yes, most people when they divide the same variable do not even write the 1 because they understand dividing the same variable by itself is 1, and that 1 is connected by multiplication. Multiplication doesn't change your value, your answer, so there's no need to write it. But then we get here, negative 5xy divided by 5xy. So we bring down the negative. We know we're dividing the exact same expression. So most people say, all right, I'm going to cancel this out, just like I canceled this y with this y and this x with this x. But now here's the question. Is writing this one important? Yeah, this one is. Because this one is not connected by multiplication, because what's in front of it is a minus sign, which is subtraction. And if you think about it in real life, if I had $1 million and you took away $1 from me, I would be very upset because I wouldn't have $1 million anymore. So when you have a 1 connected by adding and subtracting, it needs to be written because it changes your answer. It changes the value of the meaning. If you have a 1 connected by multiplication, then you do not need to write it. So that's where the boo-boo is going to be for all of you. The second thing you need to understand is why do I need to write that 1 is because if I start it with 3 terms and I'm dividing, I'm just making them smaller. I should still end with 3 terms. The third reason why you should know we need to write that 1 is if I was going to check this by multiplication, I would have to come out with 3 terms. And if I didn't put that 1 there, if I did multiplication, I'd only end up with 2 terms. So it's very important when you're dividing a polynomial by a monomial, first thing, rewrite it. And second thing, pay close attention to those 1s. If a 1 is connected by multiplication, no, you do not need to write it. But if a 1 is connected by add or subtract, yes, you need it in the answer. All right, let's try one more. I have a binomial, negative 6r squared plus 8 divided by 4r. Again, this is division, first thought. Oh, I need to be connected by multiplication. This is not multiplication, so I need to rewrite this expression. This means negative 6r squared divided by 4r plus 8 divided by 4r. All right, now we got monomials, we'll divide. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. 6 does not divide by 4, but 6 and 4 are even numbers, which means I can divide it by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. R squared divided by r to the first would be r. It would go in the numerator because that's where the bigger amount is. So I get negative 3r over 2. Bring down my plus. Now I'm going to divide 8 by 4r. Well, I know 8 divides by 4. 8 divides by 4 and gives me 2. The 2 would obviously go in the numerator because 8's the bigger number. Now the r has nothing to divide with. There is no r in the numerator, so the r has nothing to divide with, which means you leave it put. The biggest mistake you guys make here is you will write 2r. 2r says the 2 is connected to the r by multiplication. And that is not the case here. Your 2 is in the numerator because the 8 was bigger. Your r is in the denominator because it had nothing to divide with. So that last part of that expression should be 2 divided by r. So pay very close attention when you're doing division to your placement of your numbers and your variables. And that sums up division. See you in the next module.